Coming from that scenario where you're having so many troubles and now you've come down to who you are, you're making progress in life, you know, you've got your new show.
It depends on what progress, definition of progress is to you.
I mean, from my point of view, from everybody's point of view, is look, you've got a steady job, you've got a loving family, you're always posting your daughter, and that's love, you know what I mean? Some people will look but you know, looking at the small things that you have, I mean, you're content with it, you know. You got into a phase where you had that car accident, and now is that pushing you back? Because some people were saying Gouveia was drunk. He was actually not supposed to be driving the time he was driving. How do you address those issues? Like, the car accident is horrendous. The picture there was, I don't even know how you made it up. So.
I'll tell you what, my guy, I'm one person now. Call me a fool, shoot me, but I'll always be as honest as I can be. We all have flaws. We all make mistakes. That's what I said when we started the whole interview. The accident happened, and yes, I had taken something, but the cause of the accident wasn't me taking something. It was somebody who drove recklessly. You understand? Hence, the accident happened. And when I look at it, I'll say, why? I came out alive. That was just minor injuries with the heart of
your concussion.
Conclusion. You had concussion. So to me, I took that as an alarm. It was in everything that happens in my life, I believe God wanted to happen because I've surrendered my life to Him. I've surrendered my life to Lord Yahweh in heaven. So everything, it be negative, it be positive. I believe it had to happen. Because that accident had to happen because it was just an alarm. Whether no, but it shows what about I'm industry. I don't believe in witchcraft. I would have now dumela mosa dumela mohoso. I would have dumela horo blind or canto. Fine, nugget la dumela get that one like just look at it. So resharp, life goes on. You understand? But the accident to me was an alarm to say, Gouveia, you're just being too ignorant. You're being too comfortable. So wake up.
And during that process, your fans were behind you. So that's one aspect I really want to say. You've got people behind you. And
I tell you what, my guy, it's just like mola paying. Unity, mola paying relationship that you have with your mother, your father, your siblings. It's how you relate with people.
They genuinely love you.
It's how you relate. Give me a reason to love you, then I'll love you. So it's just like boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, husband, wife. Give me a reason to love you, then I'll love you. So, and thanks to my people for being there for me, supporting me, man. I'm not perfect, you know? I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. But now what corrects that is me coming and say, I have made a mistake. I'm sorry. Let's move on. I have learned.
So you sound like a man who's really married. Because Majida, most DJs are just like,
That's what I'm saying. It's never easy. It's never easy because now I believe everything that happens for a reason. For me to preach somehow. There's just sometimes people believe you being a preacher means horrible. No, you just being a musician, you preaching, you changing people's lives out there. You being an actor, you being an entertainer, you preaching. You understand? So I could say when things happen to you and you have people that look up to you, is to say, but what happened to Gouveia? Like, you know what? Don't do it. Don't do it because I survived. You might not survive. I survived the brand. You might not survive maintaining the brand. No matter how many people out there want you dead, want you down, want to see you look at us. At the end of the day, now I've surrendered my life. What you hope? I'd say take control of everything. And if anything is to happen with someone that's negative, then I take stock. He does talk. Not kind of what I take stock in.
No,
he does talk. What I introspect to say, okay, Gouveia, how have you been living? You understand? Hey, but me, I've not been doing things right. I was too comfortable. But for you to heal,
the groupies were a lot here. He doesn't just want to say it. So I'm guessing the groupies.
For you to heal, my guy, accept. True. That's how we grow.
True.
Accept to say, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's how we get compassion. Once you accept it and letting it slide, you sleep peacefully. But I would go and get that. Then it's just baggage on top of baggage and top of rubbish. It goes back to what I told you about in my Cape Town days, where now you lie to cover for a story, and you forget the lie. You have to lie to cover the previous lie, and next thing now, everything at the end of the day becomes a lie, and you live a lie.
And I'm guessing we're all going through this, like most men in Gabs are going through certain things that they don't want to express. Or they can't express, because men are just like that, like you said.
It's so that when I tap in expressing how you feel, all the gentlemen that are here, the whole crew here, as we are, all of us here, we have a story we have not told a soul. We have an incident we've never shared with a soul, even your best friend. Because you don't want to be judged, because we lost trust. As human beings, we don't trust the next person. Story, you my boy. We share a lot of things. We've done a lot of crazy things together. But if we go on a story, we're not intentionally I want to spite this guy. And you feeding the wrong ear. And so that's just how it is.
Man.
We all of us, we just tanks, we too heavy. Especially we're just too heavy. You borrow cars from your friends, from people, just so you sin. And that's not life. That's why when you said success, I'm like, how do you define success?
But it's hard if Gouveia is posting his super kicks every single time and again, because you've got to really collection-wise, I mean, like your sneakers are on point. So.
I've always loved sneakers. So
so we can say that's what I mean. Sometimes that's why we say you're so content. You know what you want. That's what. And I mean, you have to go through the darkness to. Actually, there should be darkness before there's light. So
there was a point in where there was a young man who came to me, and I told him, you know what, my guy, you're very fortunate. You have somebody who survived the ordeal. You have somebody who survived the dark world to come and tell you this. You understand? Some of us, what if Nikisa survived?
Not true.
Other guys didn't survive. The couple of guys that I know that were my friends back in Cape Town, they're no more. They didn't survive. So that on its own, it's a blessing. So if you have somebody who can come and say, listen, you might not make out of that. So that's just the whole thing. What I said how Ronaro Ternadi the spirit, you got a spirit, help me there.
Oh no, you're gonna expose me there. You're going to expose me there. Somebody say something, scream something.
You see, that shows how rusty I am. That shows I've not been on the right
rail.
You're
making me look bad.
Like Thomas, that's Thomas.
Hallelujah,
fine.
No, I was giving them the clue. T. I did look. But throughout all your deal, you had somebody that was in your corner, Ahutusa. And he was really close to you. Like, father figures are most important in our world. And you recently lost him. And I want to talk about that as well. How was it losing your father?
Like they say, man, if death was not meant to be, would still be having one more, but still be having all those guys. You understand? So all of us, at one point you have to leave this earth. That one is a fact. So it was not easy. but the pain will always be there to say, I've lost somebody. Kind of the pain comes from knowing what this person is but I'm just seeing that person. Mihela just picking up a phone or let's that, and that person, you can't contact that person anymore. So that's just where the pain is. But we just have to be content and say, he has done, he has served his purpose on earth. May so rest in peace. And he was a cool man, and I'm where I am because of him, because he was very cool, very strict, and very strict. Yeah, and he always say, my son, whatever happens, no matter what happens, just die facing your fearful walls.
No, but you're doing well, man. Like, actually, Steve Harvey was in town, and he actually hailed your show. He actually hailed your personality. He actually hailed you as a person. And I mean, he's somebody that's been in the entertainment industry, and obviously we saw him. He wasn't saying it because it's for show or for boasting and whatnot. How do you feel about that? That's huge.
It's
I'm guessing RB2 are listening and they're like, hey, duela muthu aska. Muting 10K, you know, just as we wrap up, Helen.
I tell you, my guy, it's God. It's God's works. Kimudim, for somebody to come from outside and recognize me. Yeah. Kimudim, and somebody who as big as Steve Harvey, somebody who's a worldwide icon, not just American icon, worldwide.
So he didn't say you should come with him too?
Chief, I'm warning you, don't go there.
No, I'm saying, okay. So,
only God knows, but that is humbling, my guy. It's like saying, wow, thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Wow, that recognition means a lot. And it's just, it's an inspiration to guys out there. It can happen. The biggest problem that we have is we kneel down and pray and ask for things, but now we use our timing, our stop clock, our stopwatch to say, okay, get up because that's just how messed up the world is today. We don't believe in Lord Jesus Christ. We believe I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
No,
don't judge me. But we're not seeking salvation. We're seeking prosperity. But the biggest problem that we have is we ask, then we use our own clock. What I'm gonna say, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. But now, guys, it's possible. You never know. Maybe you're just going to give up. Just when you're about to make it. Yeah.
No, but with that being said, D, I'm so grateful that you're here to share your part of your life that haven't, people don't know, but now they know. Now they're shocked. You're probably gonna find inboxes, messages, and all of that. So I mean, stay strong and keep on giving out those positive vibes to people.
Thanks to my family, man, from the siblings, my mother, and most importantly, my wife. She's been there for me. You know, if she was there for me and she accepted. You know, she lets me be me. You know that people are swallowing to change something. No, she lets me be me, and I really appreciate that. And she supports 100%. I know what and she supports. You know, so I know I have somebody who are not blind. You know. So yeah, big up to that, man, and thanks to you guys who out there supporting me from day one. From the first time I got on radio 2011, and I got one need to experience
my
to
God.
something else.
See the pictures like the skinny guy
to something else, and now doing the tuck shop mid-morning, 9 to 12 noon. It's been a journey, man. Thanks, and
also tell them about the challenge that's going on. People buy Bina because of you.
It's a time challenge. I have a new song out, guys. Check it out. Go to my page, DJ Gouveia. I removed the BW, so I'm trying to be. Funny enough, I did that just a week before Stevie half cake. So it was like, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. I'm going, guys. I'm going offices. I'm doing it.
BTV, RBT.
So the challenge is out there, guys. Says if you want to do it, just play the song, take a video of yourself dancing to the song. Send it inbox it to the page or WhatsApp it if you have my number, and then we put it out there. Dambi is a new song that I just released with Dr. Tawanda and Chomza. Chomza is the wife to Dr. Tawanda, And Tawanda is somebody that I've worked with. We've done Gouveia together. We've done Hamba, and we've done this one. And yeah. And thanks, guys, for supporting me, man. And yeah, Kimoto, guys, says if I trip and fall, I'm sorry, but I don't want to let you guys down because you mean the world to me. If it wasn't for you guys,
man, I thought I was humble. This guy is too humble. They're not gonna like me in studio. You might take my job now.
Get out of here, man.
But that's it, man. This is the 411. DJ Gouveia was here to stop by to tell us a whole lot of what we wanted to hear, and some of the things were kind of shocked. But thank you so much for coming by,
thanks, man.
Sharing it. You've saved a soul out there. You've saved so many people from actually doing a lot of things. So, man, thank you for your
drugs
story.
are killing us, man.
Yeah.
Especially we in the music entertainment industry. Guys, please stay away. Stay away from that. Stay away, subleaf, man. And know why you're doing it. Know why you're doing it. Because if you do it for wrong reasons, you never succeed. Really, if you're doing it for them women, if you're doing it for booze, if you're doing it for just fame, then you're wrong. You lost.